Hi guys, I'm Griffin.
Simon.
I'm Landon.
I'm Beckett.
I'm Grafton, and this is the hometown sit down.
All right, let's start it off. As the first class to have the official academy platform, what was that process like?
I think it was a good transition into the first team because we started with the academy. We started training how the first team trains, so there wasn't much of a difference like coming into the first team. We were doing most of the same drills, same ideas, how we want to play and stuff. So I think it was a relatively easy transition, but it was obviously a step up, so it was a good level change. But I think it was an easier transition.
What would you say like the biggest difference between playing with your academy teammates and the first team is?
Standards. I think everyone holds each other to a high standard. If you mess up, you're going to hear it. If you make like simple mistakes, it's not going to cut it here. So in the academy, it was a little bit different. No one was as serious about it, or the standards were as high. So I think that's the big thing for me.
I think another really cool thing about us being the first class is what are you laughing at? The first class is that we get to be role models to all the younger players in Richmond United. Like I know Landon and I were one of the first two to sign from being in his academy contract, and now that we're seeing that from Grafton and Andrew, like these guys are getting opportunities to come into the first team. Knowing that we were kind of the first people to do that, it's really cool, and I think we're all pretty grateful for this opportunity. So it's a really good part about it.
What was it like for y'all to step up into the pro space for the first time? How has your perception of the space changed over time as you became a more solidified academy player?
I feel like anyone, it was like the first day of school. Like you walk in, you don't know anybody. I remember I didn't say hi to everybody. I sat down. I was nervous. I sat there. I didn't know what to do. But then you start talking to the guys. You start meeting people. You start playing on the field. You kind of relax. The nerves go away within the first week or so, and then you start making those friendships with all the guys on the team. And it's like you're automatically part of the family. So yeah, that was kind of my experience.
I agree. I felt like there was no pressure to perform too. Right when I came in, no one expects anything. So you're kind of just playing free. Although there are nerves, you get by that quick as soon as you step on the field. First day done, the nerves are gone.
Yeah, I definitely agree with it was definitely a mix of nervousness and excitement about meeting the new guys, especially because I felt like y'all were just soccer. Didn't think y'all had any other personalities. I kind of started making friends, I guess. Started talking to y'all and realized y'all are cool people.
This show
outside
guys.
Soccer.
Yeah.
It was cool.
I agree, especially the perception from the outside, going in as a young player to a locker room full of grown men. It's a lot different from just showing up to practice one day and it's all the guys the same age and all the same experiences, but you get to be around the guys and just realize they're just like us.
Simon, what was the process like for you coming into the pro space, having played for VCU and in the Richmond youth programs before that?
It was a journey. Obviously, I was with the first team in high school for 2 years. A little bit different situation to you guys. You guys have more of an opportunity to play. I was more so just a training player. They carried a much bigger roster at the time, a lot of really good high-level professionals. So it was a bit different, but still a great learning experience for me. And set me up well for going into college. Specifically, I'd say the speed of play that helped me adjust. So when I went to college, I was ready to play at that level. Sometimes it can be a harder jump than high schoolers expect. Learned a lot of great things in college, played a lot of games, and I think that really set me up well to transition to the pro game. Obviously, when I got a chance here, I was really excited and I felt ready. Obviously, I had to earn my way into the team throughout the years, but I think, my time with the first team in high school prepared me for college, and college prepared me for the pros. So I think it was a pretty smooth transition in all three phases.
Did you have to change your schedule around? Because with that, I had to talk to my principal. I know he had to talk. You had to do all that too? Or?
Yeah, I definitely had to get school to allow me to miss quite a bit to train with the first team, but it was definitely worth it.
Landon, you've had kind of a different path as well. You played with us growing up before spending time with the MLS Academy in Atlanta. and coming back to Richmond to earn the academy contract and pursue pro at home. How did those transitions shape some of your decision making?
Well, I went to MLS Academy looking for an opportunity to play pro. So, and that didn't work out. And I saw there could be a pathway at home where I could do what I wanted to love doing at home. Environment, people I knew, comfortable space. I felt like that was just the best decision for me. I feel like it was maybe an easier transition because of the situation I was in, where it's more of a professional environment. You're competing every day in and for a spot. Nothing's given to you. So kind of being in that endless environment and then coming back to a pro environment like the Kickers, I think it was an easier transition. Yeah, just thought it was right for me.
Nice. Were you still like talking to these guys while you were still there? Like, was there any talks about you wanting to come back before that even, or?
Yeah, I think I kept in contact with a couple of guys. Obviously, we're not talking much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it was about halfway through the season in Atlanta that I realized like going home and doing the same thing in Richmond was like what I wanted to do. So
Yeah.
So how's the day been for you, everyone? How's it going?
How's your session today, Griff?
It was good. It was not too hot today. Yeah. Nice and short.
Overcast?
Yeah, overcast, short and sharp. Yeah, I think the team's ready for this
Why don't you
weekend.
walk us through what we did today?
Warmed up, did some passing patterns, did a little game. I don't know what.
Don't explain it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna explain it, but yeah, and then just some set pieces and we're done. So I think it was good. Yeah, how was your day?
And it was good. Definitely not as hot as it was the past week, so that was very, very good. But definitely great, fun, a little quick spike, and it was good.
Just being in a pro environment, what's the best part of being a pro for you guys?
For me, I would say definitely just showing up to City Stadium and like playing where I would watch as like a little kid, and I even watched Simon play. So that's one thing. Just like
Oh man.
I think just practicing there is amazing, and just having the facilities and the coaching staff and getting all the experience from all the older guys, maybe even the a little bit younger guys, I would say. But it's been great.
Yeah, I think it's been good. I like that we get to be around, people who come from all over the world. Like everyone has a different pathway, everyone has a different story. So just getting to learn their story and take some advice from a bunch of different perspectives. It's an honor to be able to do that, and we're very lucky to do that.
Yeah, I think the part I enjoy about it is it's all about soccer. Like there's no other objective. And other times in your life, when you're at college, you got school. When you're at college, you got school. When you're in high school, you got school and friends. And when you come here, you got a job to do. And I love the focus of it and the competitiveness of it, because everyone's on their A game trying to be the best. And if you're not ready to go, you're going to get eaten up pretty quickly. So I love that aspect of it, having to be ready every day to compete.
Talking about that mindset a little bit, Simon, and then for the three of you who have gone from academy to pro, does that mindset change? Does it shift up, or is it a lot of the same in a good way and a lot of the same? Talk a little bit about that.
I can start off. I think academy and high school and stuff, it's more about development and progressing as an individual player and learning the game. But I think when you come into the pro environment, the thing you learn, for me, the quickest is it's all about results. And it's not so much about your feelings. It's not so much about your development. Now, I give coaches credit here. They do try to help you, and when it's appropriate, develop your game. But first and foremost, it's about results. And I think that's the biggest wake-up call when you get in. You adjust to it, but yeah, to me, that's the biggest change.
Yeah, I agree with him totally. Yeah, I think it's a thin line. Like, you're performing, you're gonna play. If you're not gonna play. So that's why it's so competitive. Everyone's coming in fighting for their jobs, because at the end of the day, like, some of these guys have families, and if they don't have a contract, they can't feed their families or take care of their families. So it's super competitive, and yeah, just like Simon was saying, everyone's fighting for their spot, really. It's a thin line.
I think that's like a big difference, especially for me. Like, and I would say everybody up here is like in my academy days, I was the guy on my team that probably cared a little too much, and people would like kind of make fun of me for that. But like, that's kind of why we're here now. And I think the biggest difference between the academy levels is that there's guys that, you know, they're there to have fun. They love playing soccer, and that's great. But then once you get into this environment, like, this is our job. Like Simon said, like, you can lose your job very quickly if you don't perform. So everybody is 100% all the time and focused and ready to go. So
I think the biggest thing that I've learned from like just being a pro is that I would say just like it's all about the team. Like it's not about what you want to do.
Yep.
It's all like what does your team need. And that was the biggest like difference from being on the academy. And you can get away with other things, but it's all about the team here. So.
You are still so early in your careers. What's been a highlight for you so far? How have you felt it working? How have you felt it working, found success within the process?
I think one of the biggest highlights for me is honestly just spending time with all like the veterans guys on the team. I think it's been like I never would have thought as a 18-year-old going into the locker room for the first time I was going to be friends with a 34-year-old. You know, like it's weird to think about, but I've learned so much about life and soccer and people just by interacting with everybody in the locker room. I think that's been one of the best parts of the experience so far for me.
I mean, I kind of agree with Beckett. I think honestly, like, winning is such a fun time. Like, I know, you know, we struggled a little bit this year, but every time you get a win, it's like you go in the locker room, sing with the guys. Everyone's in a good mood. I think that's just like a great feeling to know that you just won a professional game. So I think that's my highlight is winning.
Yeah, no, I would definitely agree with Beckett about being friends with like guys that are way more older than you. I feel like when I got into high school, I was like, oh, this is kind of weird. Like 18-year-olds are here, but now we have like 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds, and I was like, wow. But as I've been practicing and interacting with them, that's definitely been a highlight is hanging around them, getting insight, especially about life as well, and just asking questions about soccer and stuff like that. It's been great.
I think a highlight for me is not just a personal highlight, but the July 3rd game last year against Madison, Chandler scored the winner. That was a really special moment. I didn't even get on the field, but like that was like the happiest I've been to never play. Just like run to the corner flag and just celebrate with everyone. We go back, all like 5,000 stands standing up. Scream Richmond kickers. Go back into the locker room, scream Chandler's on fire.
Pablo's got the corner flag.
Yeah, Pablo kicked the corner flag. And that was just like a special feeling, just to win like a meaningful game, especially the time of the year that was. Like that was, for me, that was a highlight.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
We've all gotten to be a part of this because we've succeeded thus far, but how have you guys learned to handle challenges throughout the process? How have y'all adjusted, and what's that been like?
That's a good question.
At the start, like the first year I was with the team, everything was so different, and the speed of play was faster. My mind had to work faster. I had to talk more. During the summer, I just had a little bit of a slump where just things weren't really working out for me on the field, and that was really frustrating. I remember being pretty upset about it. But then, like, you know, talking to all the guys and all the older guys, like they said, like, listen, like, in reality, like, we don't really care that much. Like, we want you to succeed, but like if you're messing up, if you're making mistakes, like, don't worry about it. Like, play free. And after having a couple of those conversations, like, I realized, like, the reason I'm here is because I love playing soccer and I'm happy. And when you play happy, I think you play well. So that's kind of a struggle that I went through, but then I learned such a valuable lesson.
Yeah, I would say interesting experience for me. My first year in 22, I certainly wasn't starting towards the beginning of the season, and got a couple runs in the team throughout the year. And each time I'd make a mistake, I would get taken back out and have to sit on the bench for a handful of games. And I think that period in my life was kind of the first time I had never really been a regular in the team. Taught me a lot about myself. And you kind of have to go to that place where you believe in you more than anyone else believes in you. And I think being in a results-driven business, that has to be so strong because you're gonna fail sometimes. but you can't just roll over. You got to believe in yourself and keep moving forward, and learn really is the biggest thing I took away from it. Because if you can learn from those mistakes and improve and get better, that sets you up for success the next time you're in the team. So I try not to make the same mistake again. And that's what really works for me. But like I said, you have to have that underlying belief in yourself that you can kind of overcome those obstacles.
I agree. I think, failure is the best way to learn. It's never just going to be just an easy run to get to the top of the hill. There's always going to be ups and downs. Kind of like Beckett said, like going through a slump. I think like part of the season I've been in a slump, and I think it's good to know that my teammates have my back and they want to see me do better, and they're here to help me. And everyone goes through it in their careers. It's not like it happens to just one person.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think you just got to trust that your teammates are there for you, and then trust in your abilities, and that it'll get better. It can only get better from there.
I think last year, especially like when I was hurt all year, like I was, strained my hamstring 3 times, broke my finger on Simon.
Trying to take the ball from you.
Yeah, trying to take the ball from Simon, broke my finger, had to get surgery. I was just out for a long time, but I started to realize towards the end of the year, like, no matter what situation you're in, like it's never really that bad. Like you can look around. I came to training every day. The sun was shining. I'm with my best friends. I have a soccer ball at my feet, even if I can't run. Like I think being in this environment has taught me like it's never really that bad if something's going wrong. You just gotta kind of figure it out and go through it. And now, I've started the games this year and I've kind of made that comeback, and I think that's been a really big lesson that I've learned.
So I know we've talked about the inner workings of it all, but just to zoom out a little bit, what has it meant for you all to step out into the pitch in our hometown? How lucky are we? And do you all have any specific interactions you've had or moments you felt really special?
For me, like, even though I haven't played or gotten rostered, I think just coming out in the field and seeing all of our fans, and especially y'all just shaking hands and signing autographs was a big just moment, because I was one of those little kids getting autographs. So I think just looking at all of that and seeing how excited they all feel, especially after a win, is amazing. And they start chanting those names.
Yeah, I take a lot of pride in it. There's a lot of people that have contributed to my soccer career throughout the years, and being able to then go out and try to perform in front of them means a lot. I've had a lot of people come up to me that I didn't even know were in the stands at the game watching, have said positive things or have encouraged me when times have been tough, and it's just cool because you want your work that you've put your heart and soul into to mean something, and have people around you that actually care about it instead of just playing somewhere in the middle of nowhere when no one knows who you really are. It's so much more meaningful to me. And it gives you that extra push when you're out there on the field. You can't let those people down.
How did it feel to get the River City Red Army Player of the Year last year?
It was good, yeah. I think it was a tough season last year, but we kept going and did some really good things, and just tried to keep my head down and keep working, and I'm grateful that the fans appreciate that and respect that.
Yeah.
I'll say I also take a lot of pride in it because, with Richmond United, we had to go to the Kickers games and watch the players. 6 years ago, I'm watching Matt Bolduc on the field. And now I'm walking side by side with him into the locker room. So it's a special feeling.
Yeah.
Just to actually look at the guy on the field and now I'm playing with him. So
Yeah.
I never thought 6 years ago I'd even be playing professional soccer. Now I'm playing with the guys watching. So.
Yeah.
Simon, you and Susanna have become something of a USO power couple. 2 all-league defenders, both having come up through the ranks here in Richmond, both deciding on VCU. How important has Richmond and the Richmond community been to the 2 of you and your development from your perspective?
Yeah, man. We've touched every area of Richmond soccer, I think, from starting off with strikers and kickers. She played for Chesterfield. Obviously, you're both involved in own touch, from playing there to coaching there. And then obviously VCU. It's really cool because it's so many people that have contributed to us. So that's what really makes the connection strong here in Richmond. It's why what I was referencing earlier. playing here is really cool. But yeah, I just when you say that, it just makes me think of like so many different areas and people that have contributed to us, helped us, pushed us. The list goes on, and that makes it pretty rewarding and special.
Just to wrap it up, a bit of a fun question. Where do you guys see yourself in 5 years?
5 years. Hopefully I'm still alive and working, but but definitely still playing soccer, whatever that next level is for me. Definitely still grinding and hopefully maybe getting into the coaching space and teaching kids would be something like I think that'd be pretty cool to do. So I definitely think something with soccer, hopefully.
Yeah, kind of just to piggyback off Grafton, I guess just try to reach the highest level possible. Hopefully still playing soccer and enjoying life. Still have these guys around. Just try to get to the highest level possible. That's my answer.
Yeah, same for me. 5 years put me in my early 30s, which is a little scary, but yeah, it's this journey of being a pro soccer player. It has a lot of ups and downs, but when you look at it from a broader perspective, it's a lot of fun. So hopefully can continue that and reach, like Griff said, the highest level you can. It's always been my goal.
That's it for me. It's always been a dream of mine to play in Europe. So hopefully in 5 years I'll be somewhere in Europe. Hopefully having a great time.
Nice.
Maybe on a beach somewhere.
Yeah, I would actually say the same thing. I think Europe has been always a dream of mine. But 5 years from now, I want to be playing, and I want to be making a positive impact around wherever I'm at.
Let's go, dude. It's nice.
Appreciate you, dude.
All right, guys, that was fun.
Yeah,
Good.
It
Yeah.
was the first hometown sit-down.
Let's go.
Where'd my sandwich go?